Mother Teresa has always been portrayed as an icon of humility and selfless dedication to humanity. Little did the public know that the woman had been suffering in silence for decades while still smiling. Just before her death, she spoke out, only to reveal terrifying secrets. What you are about to watch will send cold shivers down your spine. Sit close as we delve into Mother Teresa's heartbreaking ordeals and terrifying secrets that have shaken the world to its foundation. Chapter 1. Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa, also known as Saint Teresa of Calcutta, was a Catholic nun and missionary who dedicated her life to serving India's poorest of the poor. She founded the Missionaries of Charity in 1950, a religious congregation dedicated to caring for the sick, the hungry, the homeless, and the dying. She and her sisters opened orphanages, hospices, and clinics, providing compassionate care and support to those in need throughout India, Africa, America, and other parts of the world. Her life was marked by charity, love, care, compassion, self-denial, altruism, and fervent devotion to God. She denied herself marriage and all forms of recognition, including the monetary rewards accompanying the Nobel Peace Prize she won in 1979. She directed that the money be donated to care for people in the Missionaries of Charity's orphanages and elderly homes. But was Mother Teresa's life always perfect, both spiritually and physically? Certainly, a woman of global impact and influence was perceived as perfect without any affliction. The devil has always tried to undermine people of good virtue, like Mother Teresa, by afflicting her faith, which has caused people to doubt her faith and works and question if she was flawless, as most of her writings were revealed after her death. Well, it turns out there is more to what we all knew and heard about her. What are the terrifying revelations we just found out about her? Keep watching. Mother Teresa is one of the devoted saints of the past who experienced the dark night of the soul. The dark night of the soul is a spiritual hypothesis that refers to a period of severe inner struggle, doubt, and feelings of spiritual emptiness or separation from God. It is often associated with the Spanish mystic and poet Saint John of the Cross, who wrote about his own experiences of spiritual desolation in his poem The Dark Night. Saint Francis of Assisi, the beloved saint known for his deep love of nature, simplicity, and devotion to God, is said to have experienced his own dark night of the soul. Although historical records do not provide a detailed account of this experience, it is believed that Saint Francis experienced periods of spiritual desolation and inner struggle in his quest for a closer relationship with God. During these dark nights, Saint Francis may have felt abandoned, doubtful, or spiritually dry. He endured these challenges with faith, perseverance, and prayer, ultimately emerging from them with a deeper understanding of God's love and a stronger commitment to his spiritual path. Well, will it be the same with Mother Teresa? Mother Teresa's dark night of the soul refers to a period of spiritual desolation she experienced, during which she felt an extreme sense of spiritual emptiness and doubt in her faith. This inner struggle lasted for decades, during which she continued her humanitarian work despite feeling disconnected from the presence of God. Her perseverance through this profound spiritual trial has made her an enduring symbol of faith and resilience. This period of Mother Teresa's life lasted for decades. It was characterized by internal struggles, hopelessness, and desolation as she grappled with doubts about God's existence, the meaning of her faith, and whether her actions were helping humanity. Her private letters and conversations with her confessors later revealed these inner turmoils and desperation. Mother Teresa died on the 5th of September, 1997. Since then, new information has begun to surface concerning the details of her interior life. This information surprised and even shocked many who had lived close to her for years and thought they knew her well. For it now emerges that, in marked contrast to the shining, external radiance of Mother's presence among us, her inner world, the unseen, hidden places of her mind and heart, were, for many years, and to our great bewilderment, caverns of a seeming emptiness, zones of almost total darkness. No wonder she could exclaim in a letter written once to a priest, "If I ever become a saint, I will surely be one of darkness." This darkness was not an experience of depression or despair. Rather, it was the shadow cast in her soul by the overwhelming light of God's presence. God was utterly present yet utterly hidden. His intimate, purifying love was experienced as a devastating absence and even, on occasion, as a complete abandonment. On the 17th of May, 1964, she described the state of her soul with these astonishing words: to be in love and yet not to love, to live by faith and yet not to believe, to spend myself and yet be in total darkness. And again, some years earlier, on the 28th of February, 1957, she wrote, "There is so much contradiction in my soul. Such deep longing for God, so deep that it is painful, continual suffering, and yet not wanted by God, repulsed, empty, no faith, no love, no zeal, and heaven means nothing. It looks like an empty place yet, this torturing longing for God." Apart from the revelations concerning the night that Mother Teresa endured for so long, one other remarkable secret that has come to light since she died in 1997 is a secret that she tried for years to keep hidden with characteristic modesty. As well as being a woman of enormous practical kindness, Mother Teresa also received a series of mystical visions and expressions. She experienced these graces immediately, or almost immediately, before beginning her work in the slums for the poorest of the poor. Jesus asked her directly and most vividly to change her life utterly and requested that she establish a new religious society or community of nuns. "I want Indian nuns, missionaries of charity, who would be my fire of love amongst the poor, the sick, the dying and the little children." In 1946, Mother Teresa wrote, "In all my prayers and holy communions he is continually asking, 'Wilt thou refuse?'" Frightened at the thought of what was being asked of her and conscious of her littleness and weakness, Mother Teresa replied, "My own Jesus, what you ask is beyond me. I can hardly understand half of the things you want. I am unworthy. I am sinful, I am weak." But, by way of response to these words, at some point later in the interchange between them, she hears Jesus saying to her, "You are, I know, the most incapable person, weak and sinful, but just because you are that, I want to use you for my glory. Wilt thou refuse?" And again, "Fear not. It is I who am asking you to do this for me. Fear not, even if the whole world is against you, laughs at you, your companions and superiors look down on you. Fear not, it is I in you, with you, for you." Mother Teresa felt a profound sense of emptiness and loneliness during her darkest moments, even as she cared for the poor and sick in Calcutta. She described feeling like she was living in a state of darkness and that God was distant or absent from her life. Despite these struggles, Mother Teresa continued with her persistence, work, and relentless trust in God's plan. The reality of being chosen for this particular work, in this particular way, was a matter of continual astonishment to Mother Teresa. She remarked on 3 or 4 occasions, "In this age, more than in any other, God wants to use nothing." Nothing, I discovered, was a word she often liked to use. On another occasion, she declared, "Father Paul, when you discover your nothing, rejoice." Here, as much as the accent of joy, the note of liberation is speaking. What Mother Teresa means by being nothing is in no way connected to the cold imprisonment of self-mistrust or what is now low self-esteem. Mother Teresa says, "People are drawn to God when they see my strong faith." Is this not deceiving people? More than once, in her private writings, Mother Teresa put this question to herself, and with manifest bewilderment. The root cause of her bewilderment was the marked contrast between, on the one hand, the fountain or river of blessing which seemed to pour out, through her, to others from God and, on the other hand, the utter coldness, darkness, and aridity of her interior spirit. On one occasion, Mother Teresa confessed, "When I open my mouth to speak to the sisters and people about God and God's work, it brings them light, joy, and courage. But I get nothing out of it. Inside, it is all dark, and feeling that I am cut off from God." It would appear then that, about the question of her darkness, Mother Teresa herself remained confused for many years. On the 8th of November, 1961, she wrote, "I don't know what is happening to me." And again, earlier in the same year, "My very life seems so contradictory." No wonder she could, on one occasion, find herself praying, "Jesus, don't let my soul be deceived, nor let me deceive anyone." Indeed, Mother Teresa often approached God in deep poverty of spirit. But, simultaneously, with an equal profundity of spirit, she trusted absolutely in His love for her. Yes, there were trials she had to undergo, and there was darkness to be endured. But, for all that, she was His little one, His spouse, and His beloved. At the close of a strikingly beautiful meditation, composed when she was seriously ill in hospital in June 1983, she wrote, Jesus, I love with my whole heart. I have given him all, even my sins, and he has espoused me to himself in tenderness and love. Now and for life, I am the spouse of my crucified spouse. Mother Teresa's spiritual darkness was not a sign of weakness or lack of faith, but rather a profound and mysterious aspect of her spirituality. It is a testament to her perseverance and unwavering commitment to her mission that she continued to serve others with love and compassion, even when she struggled with her doubts and inner turmoil. In her struggles and faith, Mother Teresa exemplified the strength and resilience that can be found even in the darkest of times. She remains an enduring inspiration to millions worldwide, demonstrating the power of love, faith, and dedication to helping those in need. If you enjoyed this video, remember to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell for notifications about our latest content. Don't forget to leave a comment on this video. Your feedback helps us improve. Thanks for watching.